An absolute must. Masters of this universe, we soon will be. I said, masters of this universe, they keep saying, we soon, they soon will be. 1, 2, and 3. Capping that pyramid to close the door. The Baron Federation, they holler. The Baron Federation, they holler to one and all. They say we Aryan lizards are having a ball. The lower frequency Aryan women they made in the Western world, they love when she goes to bed because they know they're going to get some juicy sex and they know they're going to get some head. Even Anu says it himself when he states very clearly that after all, we will be returning warriors and very, very, very horny. We enjoy sex with Earth's females. I am happy, he says, when your Zachariah Sitchin so brilliantly and so bravely told you our story. Because if you can remember, you are both human and extraterrestrial. You will be able to deal with the visitors from the sky when they come. You can see the faces of your lovers from other dimensions when they arrive. However, he says, I must say this to you also. For now, here is what is important for your survival. All temples that have built their tradition on the patriarchs, that is the Father God concept of the Hebrew Bible,
must be destroyed,
are filled with chaos, especially the Vatican.
And they must be destroyed.
They are infected with God blindness.
Dogma bullshit.
Have you not wondered why the church denies your women sovereignty in their own bodies? Your women are fertile and sex is wonderful. Millions of years more advanced than the humans on this planet. The chalk white albino reptilians can easily produce the earthquakes they are producing for the purpose of reducing the population of the humans on the planet. And of course they are going for the people of color first. They have their deal with the United States military, which has gotten its technology from these Aryan reptilians from the constellation of Orion, as well as the constellation of Alpha Draconis, which produced them as Europeans for the purpose of using them as a vehicle by which to take over this planet. It is part of their agenda, principally because the planet sits in the solar system, which sits closest to the edge of the galaxy, which opens as a doorway out into the universe to hundreds of billions of galaxies that this demonic chalk white albino reptilian group from the Lebaron Federation destroy these humans in the constellations. But of course, we of the Galactic Federation will never allow that to transpire. However, they can create tremendous amounts of chaos, destruction, horror, and discord in their efforts to do so. Eisenhower realized that he had gotten tricked by these demons, but it was too late. He had already sold the country over to them in exchange for technology. So what Eisenhower did do, however, is to inform John F. Kennedy about the fact that these aliens live beneath the surface of the planet. So during his position as the United States president, John F. Kennedy told George Bush, who was then the head of the CIA, that is George H.W. Bush, to get out of the drug business and to tell the American people about the aliens living beneath the surface of the planet. Well, George H.W. Bush and his family, being related to the Queen of England, are all one and the same as these reptilians living beneath the surface of the planet. And that family owns the Wackenhut Security, which protects these reptilians living beneath the surface of the planet, set John F. Kennedy up for the assassination. The assassination hit by the Illuminati, which the Jews call the killing of the king, on a 1, 2, 3. As we know, they shot him on the 11th month, the 22nd day, and on a 33-degree parallel from the Temple of Solomon in Dallas, Texas, so that they could continue with their reptilian agenda of taking over this planet. So earthquake after earthquake after earthquake will continue well into 2012. Because the agenda is to kill off some 2/3 of the population of the planet and take over this wonderful, magnificent Lady Gaia for themselves and use it as an instrument to continue to destroy. Destruction is their thing. That albino does not have the blackness of the universe, which that melanin presents creativity and love, as opposed to left-brained dominance in terms of material energy, warfare,
greed,
hatred, and destruction, which is what their nature, and that nature of that albino white is.
Yeah.
So they teach that black is bad and white is good. History has shown us just the opposite. It is the goodness of the people themselves, the celebrities who step in to lend assistance in raising funds to help in these times of tragedy, as well as the positive members from the various nations who also join in to help. But now you need to see the real deal of why these demons provide you with false religions to occupy your minds, provide you with lots of entertainment so that you don't even begin to think of these various things possibly existing. And this allows them to be able to continue with their agendas of domination.
Resist the temptation.
These devils are hierarchical and obsolete. This is why there was such a big thing made out of Michelle Obama touching that reptilian queen Elizabeth. She is the queen of the reptilian empire. These reptilian demons only have a 2-stranded DNA system, while Michelle Obama has a 12-stranded DNA system as a black goddess. And she is far superior to any of these demons, just like the African queen Charlotte, who was the most loved of all the British queens by the people. Welcome to New World Order, where the government, that is the secret government, commits murderous terrorist acts against its own people so as to convince them it is some outside terrorist who is committing these acts, so that more restraints against them as victims are needed for everyone's protection. What a slick reptilian game these devils are running against the ignorant masses. The demonic secret government plans these horrendous terrorist acts years in advance so as to leave no bases uncovered. We have learned a great deal about how the demonic hive mind works in these aliens walking around disguised as humans. They even have females in the high hundreds of thousand numbers worldwide who get pregnant for them just so the unborn fetuses can be aborted at 3 months old, sodomized, and eaten by these Rothschild, Rockefeller, Bush royal family of human types in Europe as humanoids so they can maintain human physical forms for a longer period of time. This epoch is over, and with it, so is this demonic NATO world, as the photonic light band forces expose them for just what they are in this machine world matrix. They have created this evil for their own diabolical purposes. These immortal black gods one sees here are merely a tiny fraction of the zillions of high dimensionals who are currently nuking these bases hidden beneath the surface of the planet.
Tearing their ass up too.
So that they are also splitting the F-16 airplanes with lasers and wreaking havoc on these reptilian forces as they have eviscerated them to clear them out of the constellation of Orion and have taken it back for the Galactic Federation.
That's my papa.
Now the focus is on taking planet Earth back from these albino powers that be reptilian forces and to vanquish them from the Earth at a much higher dimensional level to come for the future and to vanquish them for an eternity. What these devils didn't know is that black gods and goddesses have been flying these spaceships, both large and small, for zillions of years in these zillions of universes, while their primitive albino asses are talking about just one universe with some big bang explosion, something that does not even exist. This is comparable to them thinking that the Earth was flat and the center of one universe creation, with the sun traveling around the Earth up until about a couple of 100 years ago. Coming out of abject darkness, these devils have no knowledge whatsoever about this creation. They know nothing about the multitudes of dimensions that exist, let alone